Hello, I'm Tracy Redmon, and I'm a certified financial planner, and we're going to talk a little bit today about some financial tips. To start a financial plan, the first thing I would do is make an inventory of your current situation. You want to know what your current assets, liabilities, income, and expenses are. Assets are things you own, like your car or your personal property, your checking account or savings account are examples of assets. Of course, your liabilities are things that you owe. You may have a student loan or you may owe money on a credit card. You want to get information around your balances, your interest rates, and your payments. You may have some income right now while you're in school, you may not, but you want to know what your monthly income is after taxes, what your take home is. And then you want a good idea of what your expenses are. And I would categorize those first in expenses that you have to pay and then expenses that you want to pay. So the have to pays are things like rent or health insurance, car insurance, where the fun stuff might be more like eating out or entertainment expenses. Those are some areas where you may be spending more money than you realize you are. So the first thing is just, again, knowing where you stand. One of the most important pieces of a solid financial plan is having an adequate cash reserve or an emergency fund. These are monies you can get to easily and quickly without a penalty or tax consequence. They're very liquid, and they're held in places like your checking account or your savings account, maybe even a CD. I typically recommend everyone keeps at least 3 to 6 months of their expenses in cash reserves. So when you're working on that budget we talked about earlier, when you tally up what your expenses are and you multiply that by 3, that's a good starting point. And you may look at your budget today and think, well, gosh, I'm not there yet. That's okay. A lot of folks aren't. So you may want to start saving some monies there each paycheck or each month to work toward that goal over time. Another important part of everyone's financial plan, especially for moms and dads with young kiddos, is having an updated estate plan. So there are a few documents that we all need so that in the event of our early death, that our wishes are executed appropriately. A will is a document that allows for the things that you own to be transferred to whoever that person might be for you. You also get to appoint an executor, who's the person that would handle the disposition of those assets. And most importantly, for those of you with kiddos, which is everyone, is establishing guardianship, or who would take care of your children in the event of your premature death. Another document we all need is a living will, which is a document that outlines if you want life support or not in certain conditions. And then lastly, a medical and durable power of attorney lets you appoint someone to make money decisions or healthcare decisions for you in the event you became incapacitated.